Evening, everybody. So this is my reaction video to the last 6 European Championship games. Um, I guess I'm just gonna go in order, starting from yesterday. Northern Ireland versus Ukraine. Uh, Big upset in my opinion. Northern Ireland shocks the Ukrainians and eliminates them 2-0. Ukraine is now the first team eliminated from the Euros, and this was a match that I really expected Ukraine to win. Not because they were much better than Northern Ireland, but they are a better team, and this was a match that they really should have picked up at least a point in. And you got to give credit to Northern Ireland. McCauley and McGinn made some really fantastic goals, and McGinn really put the nail in the coffin in the 95th minute when the referees had to add some time on in the end due to some time wasting on behalf of the Northern Irish team. But it was a fully deserved win. Credit to Northern Ireland for getting the shock victory. And they've only conceded one goal now in their 2 matches. I really thought that Ukraine's first match against Germany was going to toughen them up and prepare them for this encounter with the Northern Irish, but they suffered the same scoreline as they did against the Germans, and because of that, they still have gone scoreless in this tournament, and they're eliminated. And it's a shame because I think Ukraine are actually a top 16 team in this tournament, but um, they didn't get the result they needed to at least hang on to survive. And now with a game against Poland on the horizon, all they're doing right now is just pretty much playing for pride, for a consolation, and that's kind of sad to see because this Ukrainian team does have a lot of talent. Konoplyanko, Yarmolenko, Timoshuk, Rakitsky, they're all really good players. Piatov's a good goalkeeper, um, but you know, it is what it is. And Northern Ireland are now heading into their last game against the Germans with a renewed sense of confidence that they can get a result, maybe force a draw. They bunker down and play an ultra defensive style of game, and if they get one more point, then they have a pretty good chance of going through to the round of 16. Another game that we had yesterday was, I think it was Poland versus Germany. Um, this was a match that I really expected to end in a draw. These are 2 teams that are very familiar with each other. They have the advantage of having played against each other twice in qualifying, and Poland defeated Germany at home. Germany defeated Poland at home, and I didn't expect it to be scoreless, but I did expect to end in a draw because Germany usually has a habit of dropping points in their second group game in major competitions, and against a Polish team that knows how they play, that knows them very well. Some of them as same teammates on Borussia Dortmund and on Bayern Munich. Um, it's really not surprising to see Poland steal a point from the Germans. And if anything, Poland actually created the best chances to score in yesterday's game. Arkadiusz Milik and I forgot his other name, Jakub Blaszczykowski. They created some pretty good opportunities to get one in the back of the net. So if there was any team yesterday that actually should have won the game, it was Poland because they created some really nice chances moving forward, and they completely stifled the German attack. And I think one of the reasons why Germany was so unsuccessful to get on the board yesterday is because Joachim Löw, the coach of Germany, has them playing a false 9 format. And to be honest, when it comes to German football, I'm not a very big fan of the false 9 formation because that's something you'd expect to see Spain play. And Germans just don't perfect the false 9 style of organization, of gameplay, and it's just not in their identity, you know. So I think Germany needs to put Mario Götze in a more lenient, in a more comfortable position that he's known for playing in, and make him either an all-out striker or maybe bring in someone off the bench, like a Podolski. Yes, a Podolski. I know Podolski is an aged player, but he shows up for Germany at major tournaments. I don't care if the guy's 36 years old. He could be 40 years old for all I care. He shows up for Germany in major tournaments when it matters most. Lucas Podolski. Or even bring in Mario Gomez, for that matter. But do something. Just get rid of the false nine. Um, so that's it for my reaction for that game. Germany have to get better. They were not as good as they were in their Ukraine game, and they look a little bit suspect at the back, even though they have now gone 2 games in a row in the competition without conceding anything. That's good for them. The other game yesterday, the last game, was Wales against England. Um, this was a really, really emotional match for the fans. And you looked in the crowd that when ESPN was showing the game, and you could see that there were some Welsh fans in the stadium that were crying because just the hype, the atmosphere, the emotion of seeing their team go up against their main rival. Not only just their main rival, but the neighboring country that has always qualified consecutively for major tournaments, while Wales has sort of sat in the dark for the last 50 years of world football. This is Wales' first tournament since 1958. Guys, that's 58 years. So it's incredible. And Gareth Bale got the ball up and running just before halftime. He gave the Welsh a surprise lead. That sent the Welsh stands audience into raptures, and that really created the atmosphere, the tempo for a really dynamic game. England equalized early on in the second half, and then that's how you knew you had a really good game on your hands. And for the last 35 minutes, it was really a back and forth affair. And Daniel Sturridge netted the winner for England, I think in the 92nd minute. Some people are saying that he was offsides. I don't think he was offsides. I think it was the referee made the right decision. It was a goal, and much to the Welsh's heartbreak, but they did give up a 1-goal lead to lose 2-1 to their main rivals. But it's okay now because they're still on 3 points. Their last game is against a very uninspiring Russian side. This is a game that they probably have a very good chance of winning, getting 6 points from this group, and qualifying for the next round as the second place team. Because now England should really win this group. They have 4 points now. Slovakia is not going to be an easy encounter, but they should beat Slovakia. They should get 7 points. That would win them the group. So credit to England yesterday for coming back strong. 1 second. So today's games, what do we have? We had Italy against Sweden. Not surprising, Italy defeated the Swedes. The Swedes have been, in my opinion, probably the worst team so far in this tournament. I know I have a Swedish subscriber who is not going to like me saying this, but I mean, you just have to look at the statistics. You look at Sweden's performance against Ireland last week and their performance this morning against Italy. They registered 0 shots on target in their last 2 games. Yeah, they've had a few shots on goal, but none that were on target. And really, one of their best chances came in the 72nd minute when Ibrahimovic just blasted it high. Although, to his credit, the linesman did flag him for offside. But this was a game that Italy, the way that Italy played, they really should have won this like 3 or 4-0, because Italy just had no answers for them moving forward. They provided very little offensive threat to the Italians, and that's both due to Italy's vastly superior defense, but also due to the fact that, with the exception of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Sweden's attack is pretty much toothless. There's no teeth up front, and I hate to say it, but Zlatan is too good for the rest of his teammates. They drag him down, and that might be a little bit of an arrogant thing to say. I'm sure he feels the same way because we all know about King Zlatan's ego. But I mean, it's true. This is a team that relies way too heavily on him to create most of its chances, and they just lack. They just look like they run out of answers. They lack creativity going forward, and the only goal they have in this tournament is through the Republic of Ireland's own goal from Clark in the first game. So you have 180 minutes of playing, and Sweden has not scored. No Swedish player has scored a goal yet. So they completely deserve to lose this game, and now they're sitting on 1 point, a point that they're lucky to have, and they're playing against a Belgian team next week. So good luck with that. So Italy got the narrow 1-0 win, but that's all they needed. They have 6 points. They've now qualified with a game to spare. Um, Hopefully that means good news for my Irish team, that Italy maybe will rest some players and Ireland will be able to get a point or maybe even a surprise win on them next week, but we'll see. Uh, I think it was Graziano Pele that scored in the 88th minute for the Italians. It was a very good goal. He dribbled around maybe 3 or 4 different Swedish defenders. It was a good win for Italy. Conte has this team looking very good, whereas prior to the tournament, they looked very lost. They looked not just unorganized, but they looked like they hadn't found their groove. But Italy is really showing up strong at these Euros, and they have 6 points up and running. They're now the second team to qualify for the round of 16 after France. So Italy should win this group. They should win this group. Um, let's see, what else have we had today? We have had Czech Republic against Croatia. Guys, some fans in the world of football are such idiots that they ruin it for the rest of us. When your team is winning 2-1, why on earth would you throw a flare onto the field to disrupt the flow of play, potentially injuring other players and injuring staff on the field that are trying to get you to stop? Why would you do that if your team is winning? Croatia was winning 2-1, and you had a few, I think they're called ultras of Croatian fans, throw some lidded flares onto the field, and it was chaotic. The referee had to stop the game for like 10 minutes and to take players off the field because for risk of injury. And the people that did this, the fans that did this, uh, they did this out of protest of the corruption in the Croatian Soccer Federation. But this is not the answer. This is not how you go about protesting. You don't punish your players who work hard and put in a great performance on the field by potentially costing them a forfeited game, because UEFA is now thinking about taking action and sanctioning the Croatian team, fining them thousands of euros, potentially disqualifying them from the Euros. Croatia dominated this game. The Czech Republic in the first half looked completely lost. Um, Petr Cech, the goalkeeper, was pretty much the only person keeping them alive in the first 45 minutes. And you have in the second half, I think it was Rakitic, who put Croatia further ahead 2-0. That should have been the game right there. Croatia should have won this game, but things just got out of hand because some idiot fans ruined the game for everyone else. And give Czech Republic credit for getting a goal back through Skoda and getting a brilliant header in the 76th minute. But really, this game might have ended 2-1. But what happens is when you have fans that disrupt the flow of play, it completely throws the atmosphere and the tempo off. and it discourages players. It hurts team morale. You saw a lot of the Croatian players were really upset. Mandzukic and Rakitic were trying to get the crowd to calm down, to stop throwing flares, and it was visually upsetting for them. So that probably contributed to the Czech Republic capitalizing on a Croatian defensive error that gave them the penalty to bring the game all level. Now, you can't blame Czech Republic for taking advantage of a bad situation. Credit to them for fighting and coming back and getting the draw that they needed to stay alive. But we'll never know. We'll never know what could have happened if that incitation of fan interference didn't happen. You could be seeing Croatia sitting on top of Group E with 6 points right now, but we'll never know. And now that Spain beat Turkey, you have Croatia, who has a missed opportunity, a ruined opportunity to have clinched a spot in the round of 16 with a game to spare. And they have to go out and beat Spain now to win the group. And I said before the Euro started, this group is very important because the winner of this group, Group D, has a very smooth path to the semifinals. The winner of Group D doesn't have to play another group winner. You don't have to play another group winner until the semifinals. That's why I thought I had Croatia winning this group, and I had them as my surprise team reaching the semifinals. But that's probably all gone up in smoke now because of some idiots that want to destroy the enjoyment of the game for thousands and thousands of other fans watching at home and in the stadiums. So it's just unfortunate. And I hope the players are not punished for this because the players put on a great performance. And Croatia deserved, the team at least, not the fans, but the team deserved 6 points. But, and that leads me to the final game we had today, which was Spain versus Turkey. Guys, I gotta be honest with you. Spain looks really, really good. Spain looks very good, and they could win this again. They could do a three-peat. I'm being serious. The first 45 minutes of this game was just textbook tiki-taka, professional, pure Spanish football. I don't think I've ever personally seen a team that can so efficiently and successfully make such narrow, tight passes in such unthinkably small amount of spaces as effectively as Spain does. It's not easy to do, and say what you want about tiki-taka and criticizing it being boring and possession-oriented, but it works. It works. They've won 3 titles because of this, and they could potentially win their 4th title this year because of this. You just look at the footwork and the passing between Andres Iniesta, David Silva, and Cesc Fabregas, and it was just beautiful. It was like watching art unfold, and Turkey just had no responses for it. Spain scored 2 goals within 3 minutes through Alvaro Morata and Nolito, and those were beautiful goals. Just the run-up, the build-up play to those goals being made was just remarkable. And Turkey just didn't know what to do. They went into halftime stunned. It was 2-0. And right off the bat in the second half, Spain scored another one. I think it was Morata. And right after that, they had an opportunity to make it 4-0 and then 5-0. But I think what happened was Spain decided, okay, we're up 3-0. Let's take our foot off the gas a bit. And because of that, it allowed Turkey, specifically Arda Turan, to create some chances moving forward on the counterattack. And really, Arda Turan should have scored around the 59th minute. He had a really beautiful run into the box, and I don't even think De Gea had him marked. De Gea would not have saved it, but Arda Turan, he put it too far to his left, and he missed it. That should have been 3-1 right there, but give it Turkey at least some hope of coming back into the match. But it was Spain who dictated this whole game, and some of the commentators on ESPN are right. I think so far it's looking like Spain have been playing the best football so far in this tournament. So they could do it again. And keep in mind, their defense is probably right now the best in Europe. Spain has kept 9 clean sheets in their last 10 games, with the exception being the last friendly they played prior to the Euros starting, which was a 1-0 loss against Georgia. But even that could be considered a once-in-a-blue-moon upset, losing to a minnow team like Georgia, who didn't even qualify for the European Championship. So, you know, look out for these guys. It's not easy scoring on them, and it's not easy keeping the ball away from them. You try to play a possession-oriented game against the Spanish, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Um, so I think of all the big name teams so far in the Euro 2016, it's looking like Spain. It's. I'm not saying they're gonna win it. I'm not saying they're gonna win it. But if you look at the performances so far, this has been the best team in the tournament, the best team effort. So that's it from my responses for all 6 games. This was a mega reaction video, and stay tuned for tomorrow when I give my reactions to tomorrow's 3 Euro games between Belgium against the Republic of Ireland, Hungary against Iceland, and Portugal against Austria. Quick predictions. Um, Belgium, despite completely fucking up in their first game and having a coach that doesn't know how to play them in proper positions and gel them as a team, they should beat the Republic of Ireland. They should beat Ireland. Iceland versus Hungary. I think Iceland's going to win. I know Hungary had a very impressive victory against Austria last week, but Iceland were very organized and very impressive against the Portuguese. I think they can beat Hungary. And for the last game, Portugal versus Austria, I'm going to have to give it to Portugal. And maybe Austria will face a surprise early elimination. So yeah, Belgium, Portugal, and Iceland should all win tomorrow. So that's it. Leave a comment below. Like, subscribe, share, feedback, express your opinion. What did you think of today's Euro games? What did you think of yesterday's Euro games? Do you think Spain can win it again? And what are your predictions for tomorrow's Euro games? So, until then, I'm done for today. And as always, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys around. Go have a good night. Go watch the Copa America quarterfinal game tonight between Colombia and Peru. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. And till then, peace out.